Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a reading for our Scorpio signs for the week of October 19th to October 24th, or whatever resonates with you. All right, so let's get going. What do we have for our Scorpios? Okay, so we have love begins and then emotional loss. So, one extreme to the next. All right, we'll get some clarification on that one. However, emotional loss did come out reversed, so there could be just go chills. There could be a rebirth, or I'm hearing reunited with someone. All right. Okay, so shadow just came out. So this feels like it feels like a relationship starting over again. However, it seems like it's going to be very short-lived, and it's coming back around to teach you lessons that were not learned in the first go around, or however many times you've gone around. So we'll clarify those ones. Destiny. Okay. Okay. Okay, so it feels like you know this is gonna happen. You know this person is gonna come back around, and it's, you know that it's gonna be very short-lived, and they're probably gonna tell you all of the BS that you don't want to hear, they think that you want to hear it, but you don't want to hear it because you know it's all BS. But this needs to happen. We have financial change here, and then we have so this, again, it could just be like someone is moving out, someone is moving in and out. They're not financially supporting, not necessarily you, but they're not holding out their end of the bills, and it's a lot of you giving and them taking. We have suffering in silence here. I don't feel like you're suffering in silence anymore, since you are moving on from this conflict. And at the bottom of the deck, we did have mental conflict. We have movement, choices, and decisions. This is you deciding whether you want to rebuild and move on and rebuild. We have the 2 rings here, continue in this relationship, or we have the coins. There's so many options here, so many things to weigh out, and I am getting that it's breaking a lot of family, what's the word? Just things that have been emotions and lessons that have been passed down from generation to generation, and now it's come to you, and it's important that you recognize that in order to move on and break those cycles. So moving forward, generations going forward, they don't have to relive that. And I know it sucks and it's painful sometimes, and sometimes you wonder why it has to be you to do it. However, the universe knows that you're strong enough to do this. So you are definitely being asked right now to open up your intuition, go with your gut feeling. Like I said at the beginning, I have a really strong feeling that you know this is going to happen, but you also know it has to happen just one more time and for you to set the boundaries, for you to say, nope, this isn't working for me. This is what I want. These are my morals and these are my boundaries, and they're not going to be crossed anymore. We have wish fulfillment at the bottom, at the last card here. So there's going to be reward at the end of this. This is ending of a cycle. You don't have to feel that hurt anymore. You don't have to feel that the neglect and abandonment that is coming to an end here. But it all is up to you to end that. So let's clarify some cards here. I don't know if we have too much to clarify. So we have the Queen of Cups. You're stepping back into your power, and you are, it's like this is, you're just putting your hands out like this, you know, this is done, over with. We have the Four of Swords here too. So asking just to take a break, to rest, and to spend this time healing. Ace of Cups. So this also could mean that you are bringing in a soulmate who is not like this person at all. I'll share something personal. So I went through a lot of relationships that were crappy, and they taught me a lot of lessons, and I can very much relate to this spread because I knew some of them, a lot of them. The next time that person came around, I knew that nothing was going to change, but I knew there was lessons that had to be learned, and that was just the way that I learned them. And I worked on myself for a very, very long time. I knew I needed to, and I knew I had to change a lot of things that I was doing, and that were also passed down to me from generation to generation. And that it was not an easy road, and I had a lot of struggles. But at the end of it, once I went through my last awful relationship and breakup, I knew that I was golden. I knew that was going to be it, and I decided not to choose those types of people anymore. And wasn't attracting them anymore either. And I knew at that point that I had healed such a big wound that wasn't only mine, but was passed down through generations, and that meant so much to me. And that's why I think it's so important to recognize that, and to look back on relationships that your parents are in, or grandparents, or so on and so on, and to recognize where the cycle needs to be broken. After I did that, I reconnected with an old friend who is now my fiance, and he is everything that I could ever ask for. And I knew the moment that we got together, he was everything that I worked on. He was the reason why I worked so hard to repair those wounds and those old cycles, and it was so worth it in the end. And he treats me like a queen, and he is my true soulmate, and I honestly couldn't ask for a better person in my life. And I just knew, the second that we hung out and went on our first date that was it. I knew I was going to marry him. And I manifested him for a very, very long time. And each time I was in a relationship that just wasn't fitting and wasn't right, I just knew that I was getting so much closer, but my focus was more on just healing me and recognizing what part I needed to heal on myself. So anyway, that's just a little personal story. It is possible. It's very possible. You should never settle for anything less, and everyone deserves somebody like my fiance. I think, just personal opinion, I think he's amazing. I mean, we all have our flaws. Not everyone is perfect, but he's honestly perfect in my eyes, and I adore him and I love him very much. So anyway, that's what I have for you guys. I'll pull a light, work your light magic. Work your light. What is it called? Why can't I ever remember? Anyway. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So once you're moving out of that energy and moving away from those people and recognizing those people that may bring your energy down and your vibration down, once you move away from them, then better things come in, more abundance, more prosperity, more opportunities. They're not in the way anymore. And it's important, if you're feeling in your gut, like if you're feeling in your solar plexus, which is in this area that you just feel you're feeling anxious, you're not feeling comfortable around that person, then you know that you're not vibrating at the highest level around them. They're bringing you down, they're dimming your light, and it's time to eliminate them. No hard feelings. It's just you have to look out for yourself. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Sorry I got a little personal, but I just wanted to share that with you. I know when I was in, those not so good relationships, and I would hear people talking about how they healed and moved on, and now there was someone amazing. I get it, because I sometimes would get a little bit like, ugh, why can't I just be me? And I put the work in, and I stopped feeling sorry for myself, and I focus more on healing rather than the outcome of it, because I knew the outcome was going to be amazing regardless. So that's what I have for you guys. I'm sending you so much love and light, and we will see you next time. Take care.